Hi everyone, hope you well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin once again. Thank you for your support, okay? Really do appreciate it. Thank you. The Discord's absolutely blowing up now in the Telegram, okay? I'm in there like every day, in every hour, posting trades and news and articles, all sorts of business, and get involved in the community right there. If you're not involved in the Telegram, Patreon, any of that, just please get involved and take advantage of all that content, okay? So right now what I want to do is show you, there's a lot some TA, and I'm fully aware of all the different TA in the space, okay? And I've seen a lot of TA saying that this is the A wave and that we're having a B wave high before we have a C wave down. Let me explain this, okay? So basically we're going through Elliott wave theory as outlined in the channel a long time ago. You know, this is your wave 1 high, this is your wave 2 pullback just there, this is your wave 3 high, and now we're going through a wave 4 pullback, which is very complex. A lot of people think, and you know, it is valid TA. I'm not knocking that TA at all. I'm not knocking that this could potentially be the A wave, and we're right now going through a B wave where we have a C wave low, a really deep low, even to 20k, sorry, okay. That would be something that Bitcoin's never done before. That's why I don't stand by that TA at the moment. And what I stand by, and I have stood by it for a long time now, is the fact that we are super bullish, okay? But this is a scenario. This is definitely a scenario. I'm not going to lie to you. This is a scenario, okay? And you can see potentially if you fell back into the falling wedge, where you could come to the lower end of the wedge and retest the previous all-time high for Bitcoin. So it is a scenario, and like I said to you, you don't target that scenario until you lose this low, okay? So I'm not gonna, I'm not knocking anybody's TA in this ABC correction, potential play of an ABC correction where we have a deeper C wave, okay? Right now we're going through the A wave, the B wave high, we roll, and then we come down into a deep C wave, potentially testing the all-time high. But like I've said to you, if you do that, and if you lose this market structure just here, the 1.272, you're potentially opening yourself up to entering the bear market, and you're also doing something that Bitcoin has never actually done before, and that is actually test the all-time high of the previous cycle, okay? It's never rolled back down to it and test its support, and I do think at that particular point, if Bitcoin was to actually do that, not that it couldn't, but if it did, you would be losing key market structure right there, and potentially, you may never recover here. You may never recover if you actually did that, because you'd lose market structure basically, and you would be losing the 1.272 fib, which you've never lost in bull runs. Now everything to me, okay, says that Bitcoin is bullish, and we have breakup targets. We're adhering to structural support, okay, we're holding support, and like I said to you, you're breaking out of reversal patterns to the upside. So everything is bullish. I'm going to show you all the bullish things that we're looking at for Bitcoin, but this is a play. I'm not going to lie to you, it is a play, and potentially if you come down now and you lose the bottom of the potential A wave, which a lot of technical analysts are saying, is the A wave down, the B wave high, and the C wave low, and I've always made you aware of that, okay? If we do that, then your greater upside, if you was to recover there, if you was to recover here and start to go on, you do have a greater upside. I mean, straight off the bat, if you ever did come down to this low, the previous all-time high at 20k, and you made a new impulsive wave, you're looking at 133k Bitcoin on the next impulsive wave up, providing you don't enter the bear. Now, to enter the bear, you're already confirming you're entering the bear, because you're losing market structure. You're losing market structure, which you may never recover from, and also you're losing the 1.272 fib, okay, which you may never recover from as well. So a lot of things that are telling me that the ABC correction is done. Personally, I think that the ABC is done, to be honest with you, and I think that it's done just here, okay? So we had an ABC correction just there. Let me show you, in my opinion. But again, not financial advice. So you had your A wave down, your B wave high, and you've gone to your C wave down. Do you see that? So you've had an A, B, C. Now the C wave is a monster wave, and it usually comes down and rests on a previous wave low just there, okay? That would have been the third impulsive wave up, and the fourth wave back before the fifth wave up. And it usually does, if you look at Elliott wave theory, the low of the C wave and an ABC correction of a wave 4 rests on the low of wave 4 of the wave 5 within wave 3. Do you understand that? So this is basically wave 3, isn't it? You got 1, 2, 3 monster wave, 4, 5, and then you went to the ABC correction of wave 4, where the low of C is on the low of 4. of the free wave. Do you understand? It's really complicated, isn't it? But that kind of analysis there is what I'm looking at for the ABC to be complete, you know. And right now we're starting to move up impulsively, and we're breaking key levels of resistance which give us targets above. So this is what you have to adhere to. You have to adhere to what the charts are telling you. You don't adhere to hopium. Do you understand? So the fact that this ABC correction is there, that's actually hopium, because you're breaking out key levels of resistance and you're creating some beautiful upside targets for yourself. So that's your destination. Now if you was to roll here, what I would like to see is Bitcoin come up and break the 0618, which is a technical target, okay, of the falling wedge, basically this one here. You see this on the daily. We'll take a look, because that was a weekly time frame right here. I'm always going to be transparent with you, you know? I'm not ever going to be biased towards my own TA. I'll always show you the what ifs and stuff like that. I'll always try and keep you updated, because that's my job in the channel, okay? So right now we're in the technical target to the 618, okay, which is also the technical target, okay, of the fib retracement to the 618, and it's also the technical target of this falling wedge that you fell into. And so far you're getting there, okay, and you've had a little retracement, and I'm going to show you all that in a minute. But right now you're pushing up, and you're potentially coming up to the 618. Now what I would like to see here, to a more biased and confirmation that, you know, this ABC is complete, and you're not looking at this, okay, you're not looking at this scenario where a lot of people are saying that this is your A wave down here, this is your B wave, okay, where you're going to run into 618 or the dead cat bounce or whatever, which you've already got through, and then you C wave deeper down to the previous all-time high. And in fact, the C wave can be a monster wave, to be honest with you. You know, if it is a valid monster wave, then it has to not lose, to retain the structure of Elliott wave theory, it has to not lose this 14k just here, because that, if it comes deeper than that, that actually invalidates Elliott wave theory, because your wave 4 is falling below that. So if it was to enter a deeper C wave, it could not fall any lower than 14k. Now for me, if you lose this low here, you're entering the bear and you're going to 9k. Okay, so for me, this C wave down is invalid. It's not on the table, but it doesn't mean it can't be, because you can enter a bear market here and then you don't adhere to Elliott wave structure, because that's what Elliott wave is. It's theory. Do you understand? So like I said to you, look, you've got your A wave down, your B wave high, and your C wave is a nasty wave. I mean, look at the C wave, which I think we've gone through. It's a nasty deep wave, okay? You have your A wave down, your B wave high, lower high, boom, you fell, and you absolutely capitulated it, and you found a rock bottom solid support on the previous swing low, the 1.272. Your C wave's complete. In my opinion, that's what I'm seeing at technical analysis and what Elliott wave theory, but I may be completely wrong, because again, it is theory. You know, this could be right, it could be wrong, and that larger ABC could be right, it could be wrong. So it is Elliott wave theory, and it is theory based, so remember that. But for me personally, I think that the C wave's complete. I think that 4 is complete. Reason is because I'm seeing exactly the same pattern across a lot of alts, okay? So the V-chain is giving the game away, and that's my opinion. V-chain's giving the game away, okay? V-chain is extremely bullish and extremely strong, and it's adhering to market structure like an absolute boss, okay? If it loses it, then yeah, massive precursor that you're entering that deeper C wave correction, you know, which will find the support and low targets for you. But so far, the transparency is, you know, potentially we've created this ABC correction already with this low in June, when we created that low just there, and right now we're moving up, okay? We're obviously going to run into resistance, but what I would like to see for Bitcoin is to get up above this target right now, okay? This technical target of the falling wedge just here, okay? Get up above this technical target just here, and then backtest and hold it as support, because if you do start to do that, that gives a high confluence to the fact that your ABC correction is gone, and you know, you're not looking at that larger B wave where you get rejected in your roll, because after that you're building up momentum to get to the other two technical targets that we have in the channel. One is this here, the B wave high, and obviously it's the start of the A wave drop, okay, which is the falling wedge targets, which we gave you when you broke out of this wedge here, and obviously you've broken out the resistance of this wedge here. Do you see that? So for me, you know, if you do start to see this for Bitcoin, okay, and I've always said this to you, if you do start to see Bitcoin roll here any deeper and come back into this green line, okay, then you are looking, and that is a massive cursor, that you're looking at a deeper C wave down here. here, okay, and we may lose this low, and then we may enter the bear. We may never recover from that because we're losing key market structure that we've never lost in bull runs, 1.272, and the fact that you're creating lower lows, lower highs and lower lows, you're rolling over. It's a monster correction, okay, one of which we may never recover, and it's always a similar correction of what you see at the end of bull runs, and therefore you're not looking at a fifth wave up, and the fifth wave was complete somewhere down here. So full transparency, this is what I'm seeing, you know, and I'll always keep you updated and keep you posted with what I see. But so far, you know, I'm thinking that you've had the ABC wave down, and now you're picking up and you're looking for continuation. You know, a little retest of support just there, and you're carrying out this fifth wave now, which is equally as complex, you know, and you're looking for continuation. You're adhering to support. You're in some beautiful upside technical targets, and not only that, okay, look on the RSI, you've got a trend lines that we're adhering to. You're above the medium line of resistance that also acts as support in a bull market. When you're above that, that's a confirmation that you are in an uptrend, okay, and you are in an impulsive wave to the upside, which you are right now. You're forming it, okay. So for me, if you was in a corrective phase, you would be under this, okay. But again, not financial advice. So that's a corrective phase when you're under this particular level of support. But basically, there's another thing as well. You know, the hash ribbons on the daily time frame. Yeah, so we showed you this signal, I think it was last week or earlier in the week, I forget when it was, but this is a major signal. Like I said to you, this is a buy signal on the hash ribbons. Like I said, this don't come around every day. You've equally got the buy and go to the beach signal from CoinsKid here as well, which printed a little bit before that particular signal, which you ran up and you ran back into a support. So that's a good little signal. You're also above a 200 daily moving average, okay, as well. Look, you know, this is a good signal within itself. So everything points to more upside. You're in upside technical targets as well. And one other thing I want to show you, which I do like the look of, is obviously the Gaussian channel. So, you know, if I was telling you here you was in a bear market, I would be lying to you, okay. If I was like all the bear market callers down here saying we're going to go to 25k, okay, and you're selling here, like you're listening to them or whatever, again, you shouldn't listen to any of us because none of it's financial advice, but you'd be at a loss. Down here I was telling you was bullish, okay, and still here I'm telling you bullish, and Bitcoin's doing everything it needs to do to say, hey, I'm bullish and I'm looking at more upside. Until we look and lose those key levels of support that we've created for ourselves, you've got to remain on the train, basically, you know what I mean? So the fact that it could potentially come down here is hopium, okay. So right now you're adhering to market structure, you're adhering to support, and you're breaking up, all right. And your next technical target, obviously you've got two in front of you, which are this high here. Well, you've got three, sorry. You've got the high of the falling wedge, and you've got this high here, the B high up there at, where is it, roughly 59k, and then you've got the all-time high. And once you break that level of resistance, you've got another technical target of $107,000 here for Bitcoin. On-chain data is bullish, you know, on-chain analytics is bullish, stock to flow is bullish. There's so many bullish indicators to say that the bottom is in here for Bitcoin, and this is why I stand my ground. You know, I do think the bottom is in, but it doesn't mean that people that are saying this ABC correction are idiots. There is some foundation there, and obviously if we do start to lose this level of previous resistance and we start to lose it as support, yes, there's a high probability there that this is your B wave high. You lose this support at that point. You know, I'll be saying to you, wow, yeah, this does look like it is a B wave high here, and we could actually roll down and come lower, potentially coming down to this level here at 20k. But until that happens, I have to tell you the truth of what's happening, okay? And that's what I've always done. Even down here, I was telling you the truth. You was in a bullish reversal pattern. You're creating bullish patterns here. If you wasn't creating bullish patterns here, I wouldn't have been telling you we're creating bullish patterns. I'll never lie to you, okay? And the fact that I've got my projections up there, 200k, I've already backed it up in videos and technical analysis to show you why those projections. Do you understand that? So yeah, please remember, I'll never lie to you. I'll always just show you what's in front of me and like explain it as best as I can. You know, you're holding support, you're in technical targets to the upside. It's all golden until you start rolling over like you did here. You know, you've got technical targets to the downside. I did go through this yesterday. So yeah, I mean, the time may come. No one knows. No one's got a crystal ball, but everything is looking really, really good. And the Gaussian channel as well. Look, just flipping green just after the buy and go to the beach signal from CoinsKid. You know, you've got your hash ribbons as well, which went into a buy signal just there. Which the last time we had that was just after the short squeeze, wasn't it? Last year in December, we got the short squeeze, and we got the supply shock as well, which is what we're getting now. You know, you look at on-chain analytics, and a lot of technical analysts don't look at that. They don't look at the fundamentals, but I do. You know, and you got to pay attention to them because they print pictures and they tell stories. You know, and it's simple economics 101, supply and demand. Do you know what I mean? It's not rocket science. So yeah, everything is pointing to the fact that we've potentially bottomed out and we're looking really, really bullish. But again, it could be one big fat bull trap, and you could roll here. And if we do, I'll give you the breakdown targets. Okay, so yeah, it's looking good. But right now, I'm going to dive a bit deeper into this Gaussian channel. Okay, this Gaussian channel speaks volumes in itself, because whenever you're above a Gaussian, it's turning green. That's bullish. Let's take a look at the previous bear market where you rolled, look, and you came back up. Just there, you came back up and you rolled, but you was under the 200. The 200 moving average on the daily, look, it's resistance, boom, see you later. Bear market confirmation. You roll in here, you're creating these lower highs, you're adhering to some kind of descending triangle, you've lost it, you've capitulated, and you've met the target of the descending triangle. Really, is that easy? Okay, so if that time comes, I will give you the breakdown targets and where you can buy cheaper Bitcoin in the bear. But so far, I'm giving you targets to the upside because that's what's printing. Do you understand? I'm not lying to you. I'm not feeding you no bullshit. So yeah, you're above a 200. You had a little whip down yesterday, a bit of a sell-off, which is normal because you were getting very overheated. There was a lot of bearish divergence being printed on the daily and the 4-hourly timeframes as well for Bitcoin, and you've had a little bit of a pullback right now. You are attacking this high, so we're going to dive in and see what we can see, okay? So with Bitcoin, and there was a double top that was formed yesterday. I do apologise for not going deeper into the TA yesterday. I do ramble a lot, but I'm trying to convey my point sometimes. But anyway, a double top. I don't think that actually played out as a technical target, you know. Let's have a look. Has it played out? Not quite. It's not quite, but that's how strong it is. That's how bullish Bitcoin is. You know, even Ethereum, I'm seeing the technical target wasn't met, and that's how bullish it was. It's not even bounced off the 4-hour because there's a lot of buying pressure here. There's a lot of support at the moment, okay, for Bitcoin. Now, one thing here, if you can create this new impulsive wave, you do have a technical target, okay, because it's what it is. It's all impulsive and corrective waves. Now, if you break this high here, okay, you're looking at a lovely little impulsive wave here off this bottom to there. You can see, like I said to you, you know, these impulsive and corrective waves start to run out of steam, and it's at that point where you do need to slow down and consolidate. Now, like I said to you, if you run out of steam here and you have a small little retracement, what are you doing? You're hovering and holding the 0.618 as support. It's a golden ratio. You're holding it as support. If you can get up here now and break this high, okay, this is the high that you do need to break for Bitcoin, because if you do get up here and break this high at 46790, you form this beautiful impulsive wave to the upside at 48754, okay, off this low. Let me get that knob on for you. Just there, because that all works, impulsive and corrective waves, and right now you've had a corrective wave down and you're starting to form an impulsive wave up. You're already getting through the 0.50 and the golden ratio, so that you're already creating a high confluence, and the 786, you're already creating a high confluence that you are actually going to get to this technical target, okay, and that is our technical target, which we laid out is the golden ratio, and it's also equally the high of the smaller falling wedge that we're in, the technical target to the upside. So it's on its way, isn't it? So if you do start to see Bitcoin break this right now and come up to a technical target, at that point you can see you're running out of steam, okay? At that point you need to consolidate, go sideways, chip chop, hold this like a boss, okay, which will allow you to slow down and build up momentum, which would see the break and a push onwards and upwards in this market, okay, which is where you could form a massive impulsive wave like you did breaking out of this key level of resistance down here. So that's basically Bitcoin. It's looking relatively good. What I would do personally, not financial advice, but if you do start to see Bitcoin break this high right now at 4670, you are looking at a lovely little long op just there of around about 4% for Bitcoin, where I would imagine it will run into a level of resistance and start to roll back on the 0.618 as support. Hold it, that's what you want to see, because if it does do that, that's a high confluence that you're going to push on eventually, okay? But you can see the whole move is running out of steam, okay? And that's what happens in these massive impulsive waves. They can't go on forever, like I said to you. But what's equally good here, a lot of the alts are actually breaking out key levels of resistance. We've got alts that are actually breaking the high from May, you know, and usually in bear markets you don't see that. So it's not a massive, like 100% we're not going to enter a bear or a larger correction, but it's good to see. These are the things that you want to see, Cardano's breaking above the 786. You know, Ethereum's back testing the key level support. It breaks out a level of resistance. You're looking at an all-time high for Ethereum, a retracement to the all-time high at least. You know, so when your projects are doing things like that and altcoins are doing things like that, it gives a high precedent to the fact that we've got the continuation of the bull here, and I've just shown you all them bullish signals, okay, that we're looking at for Bitcoin. So it's all good, but we have got resistance above, and it's not going to be easy, okay? It's going to be a long, bumpy ride, and if we do roll and we lose support, that's when we'll change the bias, and I'll show you the support levels that we're going to fall to, because that's what we do in the channel, okay? I hope you enjoyed that update, everyone, but I mean, look at the level of support here for Bitcoin. You've broken the 786, you're going to high confidence with the fact you're going to retrace to this local high here, break it, and you're looking at a 48,735. Now we are going into the weekend, and the weekends can be a bit dumpy, okay? So if you was to get a level of rejection here for Bitcoin, then do anticipate, you know, that this particular level needs to hold, and especially 050, because you would effectively start rolling deeper here. And like I said to you, this particular trend line is a massive level of support as well, which is a relatively deep correction from here. But if you do start to fall back into this trend line, you're falling into the potential falling wedge, and that gives it a stance that it could effectively come lower, okay? So for transparency at all times, but so far so good. We're doing relatively well here for Bitcoin. Take care, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong. Thank you for your support, and get yourself in the Telegram and the Instagram and the Twitter and the Discord server and all that sort of business. Take care. Bye bye.